What will Harry and Meghan now make of this regarding Princess Diana? Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Nice to see you today. As ever, we have a big breaking royal story for you. And it's always interesting when you talk about Princess Diana because there are so many things attached to her. About 2 years ago now, just before the pandemic, I think there were 3 musicals in operation regarding Diana. And I remember thinking, it's not really that sort of a topic. Royal musicals never truly take off. I tell you one thing, many years ago as well, about 20 years ago now, I went for an audition for a musical which was at the Victoria Palace Theatre called Always, and that was based on Edward and Mrs. Simpson. I was going for the role of the butler. Oh yes, the best roles, obviously. But that musical didn't really last. It was a strange idea, a strange concept, very similar to the Diana musical. So again, you do kind of wonder, well, how many more turn of events can they turn into? As we know, we've got Spencer starring Kristen Stewart right now, and that apparently could be getting Oscar nods or whatever. I still think, well, okay, we've seen it, we know the story. How different can it be? But now there's another Diana movie in the offing. Will this take off big time? Well, let me just tell you all about it. This particular movie is different in many respects. It's been put together by the director Ed Perkins, and it's basically all about the media's obsession with Princess Diana in a post-social media world. And when you think about it, Diana was just on the cusp of the internet sensation. I'm not quite sure how she would have coped with all of that because it was already massive for her, wasn't it? And a lot of it was brought on by herself. Let's not forget, she tipped off newspapers herself, met with reporters when it suited her, that sort of thing, So, it has to be 50-50 in each part. But this particular documentary film, which has premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, has really spliced together all these media interviews and the car chases and stuff like that, basically of how the media treated Diana in that post-social media world. They're hoping it's going to be a success. Critics have been rather kind in the US, not so much across Europe, where the story obviously resonates a little bit deeper. Interesting to note, though, as ever, that given the fact that Prince Harry's mother once again is in the spotlight for possibly all the wrong reasons, and they like to, of course, stop anything negative, once again, both Harry and Meghan have remained steadfastly silent on yet another movie about his glorious mother. Now, you would have thought, wouldn't you, at this point, he might have even just said, look, I'm a little uneased with this, a little unhappy, given that he doesn't have the shackles of the British monarchy attached to him anymore. But a little bit like that cartoon aimed at Prince George called The Prince from HBO, which has now been cancelled after one series. It appears that Harry and Meghan do like to choose their battles after all. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.